Hey, Barry here. Good information is good information, and regardless of whether it is tied into the focus of m4research.com, which is all about money, wealth building, finances, I'm going to share it. And pretty much everything that I do is finding the needles in the haystack in regards to usable, actionable information. And sometimes that just means being in a niche Facebook group. Sometimes it means knowing who's who and knowing who is as anal as me when it comes to quality information. And one such gentleman's Art Jonick. He's been around for quite a while in the space of online entrepreneurship. And one of the things that he had passed on here was an article about the Cambridge Analytics incident, which you can do more research on yourself, but basically how they harvested a bunch of information from you as a Facebook user. Well, information's great. What happens great, and maybe you want to have the time to do that. But what I'm going to show you is just how to protect yourself and at least utilize the the features that Facebook has put back in place for you in order to do that. So basically, as Art says here, the truth is Facebook not only allowed but facilitated data sweeps of your friends by shady apps since it was made. Do you know how many companies harvested and sold detailed profiles on you? How many friends traded your data to play Farm Bill or find out which Kardashian they are? The Cambridge Analytica breach leak is not a breach or a leak. One app used Facebook's commonly exploited friend harvested feature that unlawfully sold the data. Well, here's how you protect yourself. So, as he says here, you want to stop info of yours from getting out over Facebook's API. Then you'll need to do this. And I'm not going to read this. I'm going to actually show you what you can do. I'm also going to show you sometimes it's convenient to just do this. So if I go to medium.com and hit sign in and then sign in with Facebook, being that I'm already signed in with Facebook, well, guess what? I'm now signed into my account at medium.com. If I log back out and I do so you can see I need to sign back in there. And now if I come over here and click on settings and then go to apps, and then apps, websites, and plugins, you can see I've got the ability to disable this information. So, and this is the stuff that ties into this area right here, apps others use. So if I click edit, everything that's checked right now is what an app can basically tap into. They can tap into my bio, my birthday, family and relationships, if I'm online, education, work, everything here unless I uncheck these. If I do what Art's suggesting, which is to disable the platform altogether, you can see now when I come over here to apps others use, this is information. None of this is checked, so none of this goes out over Facebook's API. Now, the drawback is that when I refresh Medium here and want to sign back in, here's what happens. You can see it says you previously turned off platform apps, websites, and plugins. To use this feature, you need to turn them back on. If I turn it back on, now what I can do is it'll say Medium will receive your public profile, friend list, and email address. Well, I don't want them to receive my friend list, so I want to click on edit this, and then what I can do is, so they're only requiring my public profile, and I can uncheck friend list, I can uncheck email address, and now I can continue to Medium with just that information. Now when I come back over here and I refresh Facebook, you can see that's enabled, but when I click this, some of this, well, wait a minute. When I click that, basically I gave Medium my public profile, but not my email address or friends list. Now what I can do is uncheck some of this stuff that apps automatically use, such as my birthday, family and relationships. I'll give them my website. If I'm online, I don't want them to necessarily have that unless they need it. And I should be notified when I log into a third party who uses the Facebook app on what's required. They don't need to see posts on my timeline, activities, interests, things I like. So these are the things maybe I'm willing to give. I hit save, and bam, here we are. So I can just say log back out of Medium again, and then log back in using Facebook. Everything should be good to go, which it is. So this is basically, if you don't want to fully disable this, the entire platform, as you can see here, it says lets you use apps, plugins, games, and websites on Facebook and elsewhere. I have it enabled still, but at least you can minimize the information that apps take and have access to through this section right here. So anyway, I hope that helps, and I thought I'd do a quick video about how to make this. There's a fine line between convenience with Facebook and really the intrusiveness of what data mining they have around your life. And this is why I did the video, and I hope it's helpful.